Hello everyone, welcome to the market outlook for the week. Gaurang Shah here from Geojit Financial Services, and a very cheerful note to start the week with. Uh, this morning, of course, we had the TCS numbers unfold last week on Friday post market, and as you all know, uh, a stellar set of numbers for the past many quarters for the third quarter, and a robust margin over the last many years. Equally important, friends, is the commentary from the management, which is absolutely confident in terms of the growth visibility, both in terms of constant currency as well as with respect to getting in more big ticket clients. And remember one thing, this third quarter numbers were post the incremental increase in wages that they did. So our sense at Geojit is that IT as a sectorial preference will definitely be in the spotlight. And just to recollect, I think about 2 or 3 weeks back, I had suggested TCS as an investment idea at I think 2900 or 2950. Correct me if I'm wrong, with a target of 3350. Now, post these numbers that we saw last week on Friday, this morning, most of the brokerage houses and institutions have revised their targets on TCS upwards to anywhere between 3400 and 3500 or 3550. We too believe that they are great set of numbers, and the targets can be scaled upwards from 3350, which I gave with a medium term view about 2 or 3 weeks back, towards 34 and 3500. And this also sets the agenda for the IT sector in terms of the earnings that are likely to unfold for the rest of the IT pack. For example, this week we'll have HCL Tech, Tata Elxsi, Infosys, Wipro deliver the numbers, and the expectation bar has also got raised with the numbers that we saw from TCS. On the market front, friends, I think we are just within the kissing distance of 14,500 on the Nifty spot, and my guess is that if the reminder of the numbers for this third quarter, especially from the IT pack and the banking universe, along with of course pharma, which has been in the spotlight, I think if they deliver, or maybe deliver better than expectation, then this higher levels or expected higher levels of the targets of 14,500 of the Nifty could be achieved this week. And then of course we'll be discussing about what next, and that what next will be of course in form of the expectation of budget, and that already we've spoken about. So maybe with the tailwind positive on the third quarter earnings, and we were absolutely vocal in terms of how the improvement is going to reflect upon the earning post the lockdown, then the unlocking, uh, virus, vaccine, etc., etc. And it's going to be something that is going to surprise most of us. Especially, I'm not talking about the entire market in terms of earnings, but sectorally, there are going to be pockets, and within those sectors, there are going to be stocks which are going to outperform its peers in the same sector. So, the third quarter earning, our assumption is that is going to be much better in terms of color, and the fourth quarter is going to be even better. Uh, for the next financial year, I hope the Honorable Finance Minister will walk the talk and, of course, deliver on the budget. I don't want to go into any kind of assumptions or expectations, because uh, you know it most of the time we talk about market equity market friendly budget. I think this time around my guess is that it's going to be a budget which is going to be focused on agri sector, a budget which is going to be focused on Atmanirbhar Bharat, self dependence, make in India, made in India, vocal for local, etc. And that's where the opportunity is going to open up. Creating infrastructure that's going to boost the demand for cements and metal, and especially, I mean, I've been speaking about cement and metal both. But last week, if you recollect, some of the management did come on various news channels and of course print media, and they said that they are in the position of taking price hike both for flat and long products, and that's what is exactly reflected upon. If you see the metal sector last week, it has been a stellar performance, and of course including cement. So if government is going to spend on infrastructure in a large way. These two commodities will definitely get consumed. Plainly because without using metal and cement, you can't create an infrastructure. So we are positive on cement and metal as well, along with IT, pharma, private sector banks, etc. I believe HDFC Bank also will come out with the numbers over the weekend, uh, this weekend, of course. And over there again, I think if you have to be in the banking sector, then our view is that private sector banks are a preferred lot, despite the fantastic outperformance compared to the public sector banks. And the only bank that, you know, I personally believe in terms of investable public sector bank, if you want to identify one, is only State Bank of India. I think rest of the pack needs to do a little bit of hard work in terms of consolidating the balance sheet, getting down on the number front as far as gross and net NPA is concerned, and of course provisioning is concerned. But stronger NBFCs have outperformed, and just to name one stellar outperformer, I think somewhere around end of March, first second week of April, Bajaj Finance was at 1900. You can check it up. Uh, 2020 year I'm talking about, when the lockdown started, and from that we are in Jan 21 and the stock is at 5000 plus. So you can imagine the kind of return that the stock has created, and it continues to deliver well in terms of earning as well. So we are extremely positive as far as earning is concerned, and there might be days of some profit booking within the week or next week. You might get days of profit booking, but remember one thing: whatever profit booking we have seen over the last couple of months, especially from lockdown to unlock, all those profit booking downward moves have been bought into by smart players, smart investors, large institutions, FIIs, domestic institutions, etc. And we have been advocating buy on all dips in strong, sound companies with great management and delivery in terms of business strategy as far as earning is concerned. And we continue to do that. So I have highlighted a couple of sectors. I would like to repeat it again for your benefit: IT, pharma, private sector banks, strong NBFCs, metal, cement, autos, and FMCG. Now, FMCG includes the entire universe, consumer discretionary, as well as fast-moving consumer goods, consumer durable, etc. Uh, on the crude oil front, well, I was a little bit surprised to see Brent at 54 plus dollar per barrel, and NYMEX at 52 dollars per barrel. Primarily because of, like I said, the seasonality demand, and of course the production cuts that has come through, or the talks of production cuts which have come through and which is likely to come through in the near future. So that may possibly inch up crude oil a little bit higher. But I maintain my view that post end of March and early April, as the winter season starts withdrawing, crude oil prices are likely to edge a little bit lower. In terms of flows, well, numbers are there to speak, and last week we had the data from the AMFI as far as flows are concerned in various categories, and they did not look disappointing at all. So, in short, friends, we may march towards, beyond. We may march beyond 14,500, and maybe towards 50,000 on the Sensex, as we call it, a pre-budget rally on fallback of expectations. But if you bought anything from a short to medium term point of view, then don't wait for the budget to unfold. We have always seen that the market starts, reacting as the budget approaches, the day of the budget approaches, that is 1st of Feb, of course. So try to take money off the table before that day, maybe last week of Jan. If you have that momentum continuing, would be an appropriate time to at least maximize on your profit, turn them into cash, bring it into your bank accounts by booking profits, and possibly stay light a little bit. Let budget unfold. Let us understand the budget. And budget day is something that is going to be extremely volatile. It will be choppy. So just be a little bit careful as far as your short and medium term trades are concerned. For long term investors, any volatility just before the budget, as the budget day approaches, or on the budget day, or post that, if there is a little bit of lack of delivery from the finance minister with the expectation, then I think that's going to be a great time. And history is witness to this particular day on the budget day. We have seen volatility, we have seen choppiness, but if you bought the market post that volatility from a long term time horizon, well, you are definitely going to benefit to a great extent. And I'll again repeat, buy on dips, short to medium term, try to maximize on your profit, take money off the table, turn it into cash and sit on cash for some time unless we have clarity. And of course, like I mentioned, third quarter earnings, as it starts unfolding, I think there are going to be, I'm assuming, and I hope I'm right in assuming that there are going to be more positives rather than negative, and that's going to build the momentum. On the rupee dollar equation, as I speak to you right now, 73.24, 73.25. We did go towards that 73 mark, which we had spoken about briefly. That is on the strength on the INR against the dollar, and that's going to be the broad range. 73 on the strength, rupee dollar, on the rupee against the dollar, and 73.25, 73.50 could be the weakness on the rupee, that is INR against the dollar front. So that's going to be the broad range. But like I mentioned, friend, week is going to be exciting. We have some interesting numbers unfolding, and I hope they will also deliver. As far as the IT pack is concerned, like I said, Tata Elxsi, HCL Tech, Infosys, Wipro should also be in line with what TCS delivered last week. And the rest of the sectors, in terms of a little bit of cautious approach towards earnings and sectorial, I think infrastructure, power, real estate, hospitality industries, aviation sector, multiplexes, that is entertainment multiplexes, theaters, I mean stocks like PVR, Inox, etc. There could be a little bit of concern in terms of delivery because of the environment, which is absolutely not conducive, and we have time and again, various restrictions coming through, either state specific or from the overseas market in the overseas in countries like UK, Germany, etc. Canada, of course, being the latest one, wherein there's been a lockdown. So you need to be a little bit careful with these sectors from short to medium term. But again, I mean, if you're investing in the market from long term, use all dips to get into some sound, strong management companies, and that will deliver over a long period of time. So thank you, and see you again next week. Bye bye.